Hi, Trent. How are you today?
Hi, Brandon. You did great earlier.
Oh, thank you so much. That was such an honor and a privilege to host that
That was
press
a lot
conference.
of fun.
I cannot put enough thanks on the Marvel Disney, you guys, everybody over there for having me there.
No,
So
you did great. And it's been a while. I think the last time we spoke was probably Endgame.
yeah, it's just, I mean, 2020, we're not even counting that. So it's
Yeah.
just, we're just going to say it's only been a few months.
Exactly.
But yes, it has been a while. It's so good to see you and talk to you. And I want like your work with Marvel has really been a snowball of just ambition and the size of these projects. Everything you've done, it gets bigger each time. And that, I mean, that is just best shown in the fact that your most recent credits are Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. Now, Hawkeye, we get to take a step back from the gigantic nature of those stories and tell something more intimate and really focused. I would love to hear about that, going from one to the other. Like why, I'm sure you got a little bit of extra enjoyment maybe.
That actually is one of the reasons why I wanted to do Hawkeye. It's the intimate, more personal stake story, and not another world-ending, big-scale 64 heroes all coming together, but really just focus on Clint and Kate. These two highly skilled archer, and what is their story? We haven't had any chance and any opportunity to tell Clint Barton's story, so I think the door was wide open in terms of what it can be, while still preserving obviously the 10 years of his life with the Avengers, and then also introducing somebody new into the world. So it's that smaller, intimate family set in the holidays, which I love. That was why I gravitated towards this particular one, and most importantly is because they are humans. They don't have the superpowers, and it was just something a little different from what I've done in the past.
Yeah, and I love that, on the heels of Endgame and Eternals and these big, gigantic movies, and even Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, WandaVision.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be able to focus in on some characters. You also, you mentioned the 10 years. You worked on Jeremy's first movie as Clint Barton, which was Thor. You were part of that crew there. And I love to hear, having been, so close to this journey for Clint Barton, that character for throughout this decade, what did you really want to get that show the different sides of him that we haven't seen in the Hawkeye series?
The Clint Barton from the Avengers movies was sort of inspired by the Ultimates comics, right? He's sort of the badass, serious archer. What I thought was really interesting is there is the fraction, lighter tone, humorist Clint Barton that I absolutely loved and could not put down when I started reading it. And I was like, well, how do we inject that into the version that we've already created? And how do we sort of meld that into one person? And we thought the best person to do that is Kate Bishop, because she is the complete opposite of who Clint is. She is a ball of energy. She doesn't stop talking. She speaks her mind. And we felt that she can actually pull that side of him out right in the series, and that was what was fun about it, and that was what was a part of the inspiration from the Fraction run is the constant bickering and bantering between the two of them, and we wanted to really inject that into this series. And Jeremy is hilarious and he was so game to actually show that different side of him, and putting him into situations like the LARPing scene in episode 2 that you guys have seen. It's just like, how does he react to that, and that was what was fun about bringing that side to life.
I love it. Getting to see these characters in these ways is a lot of fun. And speaking of Kate Bishop, I love Hailee as Kate. She's so good. She's perfect. There's nobody who could do this better. I would love to hear, this is a character who people love her from comics, very intensely love this character, and rightfully so. So when you look at those books, what are some of the elements of the character that you think are the most important to bring to life through Hailee?
It's the strong-minded Kate Bishop, who is not afraid to speak her mind, who is impulsive and can be stubborn, and fun-loving. She's just so much fun, and I think those are the qualities that we all love and find appealing from the comics. And obviously the pressure was on to find those qualities in whoever we cast as Kate Bishop. And Hailee, just in the body of work that she has, and just, everything that she has accomplished sort of exudes that. And I remember the first time we had that conversation with her, we were just like, that's her Kate Bishop. That's who we've been, envisioned in our mind all these years. And it's like, she's sitting right there. like she's got to say, yes, this is it. We found the person.
She's so good. Yeah, there's nobody better. She was introduced in a Young Avengers comic. I'm sure you know that. And it seems like there are just characters popping up who are members of Young Avengers, members of Thunderbolts, members of not just the Avengers. So on the heels of the Infinity Saga, is that something like you guys are, talking about? Like, hey, we can maybe do groups and not just one Avengers. Like, can you say anything about maybe those conversations and what they sound like?
Obviously, I can't say much, but,
Sure.
There are heroes that, have left the MCU and there are, new people coming in. I think our focus always is let's get Kate Bishop right here in this storyline. Let's make sure that, what people love about her on paper is going to be, translated onto the screen. And then we can go from there and see how, the future holds. But I think it's like the focus really was to make sure we land her correctly in the series first.
Yeah. And of course, Alaqua Cox coming in as Echo. I can't wait to see more of Maya Lopez. This is a character who comic fans know ties to Kingpin. Can you speak to if we'll see, because we're getting a lot of New York stuff with Hawkeye. Any chance we might get any of that stuff explored down the line? Because she's got her own series, which is really exciting, just announced.
Well, Maya Lopez is cool. She's such, like I said, she's such a badass in the comics, and we wanted to make sure that was, portrayed as well. I can't go into details in terms of like how she's integrated into, the story. I don't want to spoil anything, Brandon.
No, that's fair. But if I don't ask these questions, that all the fans
I know.
Why didn't you ask about this one? Okay, I'll leave it at this. Which episode are you most excited for?
You're gonna make me choose. There's so many. You know what? They're so different because some are extremely fun, full of adventure, and then there's the others that are a little bit more into like their personal drama and everything. So I think, if I have to choose, 5.
Okay, fair enough. I love it. Well, now I'm ready to run straight to 5, but I can't wait to see everything along the way. 1 and 2 are fantastic. I got to get out of here and get you on to the next one.
Thank you so much for with you.
And congratulations on another great show.
Thank you.
Thanks.